During the 18 years that I've served in the House of Delegates, Walter Stosch and I have been colleagues, and for the majority of that time have worked cooperatively on behalf of the citizens of our districts. As most of you know, the last 4 years have been marred by tension between the House of Delegates and the Senate relative to budgetary matters that I believe could and should have been addressed and resolved without the animosity which has made it difficult for House and Senate Republicans to caucus together and address legitimate philosophical differences as to the Commonwealth's biennial budget. It's my belief that Senate leadership, including Mr. Stosch, was unwilling to negotiate budget differences, thereby putting the state through a protracted stalemate, which was resolved only days before the start of the fiscal year. While some point to this year's relatively smooth budget negotiations as providing hope for the future, I am less optimistic. I believe that the Senate and the governor abandoned their plans for across-the-board tax increases only after they became convinced that members of the House of Delegates were steadfast in their opposition to general tax increases and would not give in as they had done in 2004. The vote in the Senate on the 2007 transportation plan is revealing. Senators Potts and Chichester, while joining the Democrats in opposition to the plan, announced that they would not be seeking re-election. Mr. Stosch and several Republican senators who've advocated higher taxes in the past all voted for the new transportation plan because, at least in my opinion, they face re-election this year. Therefore, I have concluded that I cannot support Walter Stosch for re-election, especially when given the option of supporting an individual like Joe Blackburn for that office. My position should not be considered a personal attack on Walter Stosch in any way. Rather, I am convinced that he sincerely believes that additional dedicated tax funds are necessary if the Commonwealth is to pay what he often references as, quote, bills in the drawer, end quote, even when we have a surplus of the people's money and when our state budget's growth far exceeds the inflation rate and other mandated costs over which we have no control. Thus, I'm here today to enthusiastically endorse Joe Blackburn in his effort to win the Republican nomination in the 12th Senate District. Joe has deep roots in Henrico County. He attended Henrico Public Schools, graduated from St. Christopher's School, graduated from Hampton-Sydney College and T.C. Williams School of Law before making his home here. He served as chairman of the Henrico Republican Committee and is managing partner in his law firm. Joe believes that the budget is constructed with funds entrusted to the legislature by the people of Virginia, and that to seek to raise taxes when the state has taken in over $1 billion in revenue above projections is not only wrong, it's unconscionable. We agree that Virginia has a spending problem, not a funding problem, and he is committed to prioritize those legitimate responsibilities of state government so that we do those well and return support of non-essential areas to the private sector. Therefore, it's my privilege to offer my endorsement of Joe Blackburn and to invite those who have supported me over the last 18 years to do the same. Thank you.